Before we begin our new part, if you want to know how our broke designer MC begins acting and lands 2 major roles, while also making a massive entertainment agency his enemy by destroying their plans, you have to watch the previous part available on the channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's jump into the recap. The furious CEO of the entertainment agency is currently losing his absolute mind, slamming his fists on his desk in a blind rage. Everything was going smoothly until the desperate director of the short film Private Investigator suddenly grew a spine and threw out all of their actors. The arrogant top actor standing nearby tries to downplay the situation, guessing the director probably just found some B-list replacements. But the furious CEO isn't taking any chances. He aggressively orders his lackeys to spread rumors and completely cut off all funding to the short film. To add insult to injury, he commands his arrogant actor to pick a rival script for the film festival just to publicly crush the rebellious director's dreams. Meanwhile, inside the luxurious halls of BW Entertainment, a completely different storm is brewing. The obsessed top actress is aggressively tapping away on her phone, having just discovered some mind-blowing gossip. A PD has just informed her that our gloriously stoic protagonist is appearing as a star in Private Investigator. Realizing she cannot let the MC outshine her, her competitive spirit erupts. She immediately marches to her agency's boss, demanding he dig up the history of this random short film. Her boss playfully tries to tease her, assuming she's crushing on a boy, but she frantically yells at him to listen, hyping up the MC's monstrous acting abilities. She then smoothly demands her agency prepare a massive pile of investment money to save the short film, proving she will do literally anything to act alongside our MC. Suddenly, we cut back to our protagonist, who is currently breaking the brains of industry veterans without even trying. The awestruck writer and dramatic PD are staring at the MC like he is their precious jewel, completely baffled by his calm intuition. The MC casually notes that he chose the short film simply because he thinks it will do well, a statement that leaves the veterans trembling at his unshakable, borderline terrifying confidence. The awestruck writer then eagerly hands over a newly revised script, entirely inspired by the MC's legendary acting, and casually mentions that the upcoming script reading will be held as an overnight retreat. Internally, the MC is screaming, utterly terrified at the prospect of going on a vacation with massive A-list celebrities, but outwardly, his face remains a flawless, icy stone wall. Just then, the MC's phone buzzes with an urgent summons from the desperate director Shin. After finishing the meeting, the protagonist arrives at a dingy meeting spot, only to find the poor director looking like a deflated balloon. The director tearfully apologizes, explaining that the CEO has aggressively blocked all their funding, suggesting they need to get the script and cut scenes just to survive. The MC's heart drops into his stomach as he internally panics, realizing his grand acting debut is about to go up in flames. With that, the door bursts open. The obsessed top actress casually strolls into the rundown room, instantly paralyzing the director with shock. Without missing a beat, she cheerfully demands a supporting role as the wife in the movie. The director practically ascends to a higher plane of existence out of pure shock, screaming in disbelief that an A-list megastar wants a background role in a broke indie film. The top actress casually waves off the budget issues, revealing that her massive entertainment agency will fully fund the entire project, effectively saving the movie in a matter of seconds. She turns her gaze to the MC, playfully asking why he chose this specific film in the first place. The protagonist, still completely deadpan despite screaming in his head, delivers the coldest, most overpowered one-liner possible, just a hunch. The director looks like he might faint from awe. Arriving home, the MC thinks that if his friends knew he was acting in 2 different projects with their goddess, they would kill him. As he uploads the official script for Manager Park's character into his system, he notices its grade has suddenly jumped to an A+ instead of an A. The next chapter starts rolling with the investment for Director Shin's movie finally and fully secured. Director Shin officially signs the lease contract for the rundown villa, locking it in as their primary filming location. Wanting to give the good news to the MC, he realizes that today is the day of the MC's highly anticipated script reading for the major drama. When the MC arrives at the massive MT location, it is already swarming with crowds of people. A strict staff member immediately steps in to block his path, assuming he is just an intruding outsider trying to sneak a peek at the celebrities. Luckily, the beautiful top actress spots the commotion and cheerfully swoops in, clarifying to the staff that our MC is actually part of the production. She playfully roasts his incredibly shabby outfit and drags him away to a dressing room to personally do his makeup, leaving our MC absolutely bewildered by the sudden VIP treatment. Arriving at the set, our MC is panicking inside while keeping a stoic face. Just then, a handsome top-tier actor who plays the lead passes by and spots the protagonist. He instantly assumes our MC must be the manager of the goddess, even going so far as to suggest that someone with such insane, idol-level visuals should really try getting into acting. The lead rushes to PD Song and writer Park after they enter the room, asking about the identity of the actor who will be playing Manager Park's role. The PD loudly announces that the mysterious actor playing the critical, highly anticipated role of Assistant Manager Park is sitting right here, indicating it is our MC. Instantly, the room erupts into a chorus of hushed whispers. The lead actors cast doubtful glances at this totally unknown newcomer. As the reading officially kicks off, the protagonist sits back and quietly observes. He watches the other actors deliver their lines, noting their totally drained, flat energy. Realizing it is finally his turn to speak, our MC decides he should probably just keep things strictly moderate to match the unenthusiastic vibe of the room. To do this, he activates his skill. However, it turns out his version of moderate is downright terrifying. In the blink of an eye, he completely transforms into a chilling, pleasure-seeking sociopath. He delivers his lines with such bone-chilling perfection and raw malice that the entire room instantly freezes in pure shock. The lead actor breaks into a cold sweat upon noticing his nervousness. A senior whispers a frantic warning to him that the lead needs to stay absolutely focused, or they risk getting completely overshadowed and devoured by this monstrous rookie. A few hours later, the intense script reading finally concludes, but the room is left blanketed in a heavy, terrified silence. No one dares to even approach the protagonist, silently assuming he is deep in method acting and still trying to recover from those intense, lingering sociopathic emotions. Eventually, the brave crew from the making of video team cautiously tiptoes up to him. They eagerly ask him how much intense character analysis and grueling theater practice went into producing such a breathtaking, flawless performance. Wanting to sound like a seasoned professional but totally winging his answer on the spot, the MC flatly states that he has never taken a class and is completely self-taught. Hearing this, the room collectively loses its mind. Seasoned industry professionals loudly gasp in disbelief, unable to fathom that such monstrous, terrifying talent could be achieved without a single day of formal training. Meanwhile, the BW Entertainment CEO pulls the top actress aside to question her about the MC's mysterious background. She casually confirms that acting is basically just a fun hobby for this absolute genius. Realizing the insane potential and money-making power standing in the room, the CEO correctly notes that every single agency in the building is currently drooling over the chance to scout him. In the evening diner, the lead asks the PD about the MC's acting career, and the PD gives him a vague answer. He isn't sure, but thinks the MC must have learned from a top-hidden international academy. And with that, a new rumor starts flying through the industry. Later that evening, the top actress happily offers to drive the totally exhausted MC back home to Suji. But just as they are entering the van, the CEO of BW Entertainment is already waiting for them inside. He boldly offers the protagonist an exclusive, highly lucrative contract, promising top-tier, focused care to help him survive in this brutal industry jungle. Panicking internally at the sudden corporate ambush but perfectly keeping up his tough guy facade, the MC coolly brushes the CEO off. He calmly states that he will think about it and demands to hear their absolute best conditions at a later date. After finally arriving home, the protagonist checks his system and is absolutely shocked to see that his script grade for the upcoming movie has randomly skyrocketed all the way to an S rank. Fast forward to the highly anticipated first day of shooting for Detective Agency at Director Shin's newly rented villa. A group of extras stands shivering in the cold, loudly gossiping about how the lead actor is an absolute nobody who probably bought his starring role with dirty investment money. The protagonist casually listens, but doesn't stop them. Just then, the MC's name is called, and he steps right up, revealing that he is, in fact, that exact main actor. The terrified extras instantly start stuttering, aggressively bowing and apologizing for their trash talk. He quickly shuts their panic down by casually mentioning he doesn't even have an agency to report them to. Suddenly, the top actress makes a grand, jaw-dropping entrance on set, revealing to the crew that she is playing the highly classified, secret role of the wife. The extras are completely mind-blown. As the camera starts rolling, our protagonist trips on a hidden root in the grass. As he pitches forward, time practically stops for him. Internal panic completely overrides his brain. His inner monologue is screaming that he just ruined the climax of the shoot, wasted thousands of dollars of film, and is about to get chewed out by the director. Instead, an incredibly heavy, stunned silence falls over the entire set. The camera operator hasn't stopped tracking him. The director is literally holding his breath, completely mesmerized by what he assumes is a stroke of improvisational genius. Realizing that breaking character would ruin the take, he doesn't just stand back up, he rolls with the momentum, diving headfirst into his terrifying, unhinged detective persona. He executes a heart-pounding sequence where he throws himself into the shadows, leaving the female lead physically trembling. When the director finally snaps out of his trance and yells, "Cut!" That was brilliant, the set absolutely erupts. Meanwhile, our overpowered protagonist collapses inwardly. He is sweating profusely, entirely exhausted from the adrenaline dump, and blissfully unaware of the chaotic, industry-shaking hype he just cemented. Director Shin pulls our MC aside and offers a brutal reality check about the industry. He tells the MC to immediately invest in a tailored suit for the upcoming film festival and warns him that the massive entertainment agencies are about to start a literal bloodbath to secure his signature. He also firmly instructs the MC that when the time comes, he must lock eyes with the executives and demand an absolute minimum of 20 million won as a signing bonus, refusing to back down. The scene abruptly shifts away from the glamorous set to a cramped startup agency office. The CEO is sweating bullets. They are a tiny agency, and jumping into a bidding war for a viral sensation is financial suicide. Just then, he receives a call from the MC wanting to discuss a signing contract. The way the MC selected them is also a funny incident. He spread out all the agency's business cards, and blindly picked one, which randomly turned out to be theirs. The next day, our MC casually strolls into their office. The moment the door clicks shut, the CEO immediately assumes the stoic kid in front of him is a hardened, ruthless negotiator. Before the MC can even open his mouth, the CEO cracks under the pressure, and blurts out an offer of 30 million won. The MC is literally just trying to process the massive number, so he stays completely silent. The CEO wildly misreads the silence as disgust. Panting slightly, the CEO aggressively bumps the offer to a staggering 40 million won. Our protagonist just sits there, keeping a perfectly blank poker face, while internally screaming in confusion over this sudden shower of free money. The desperate CEO practically drops to his knees, sliding a one-year contract across the desk, with a highly generous, almost unheard of 9-to-1 profit split in the MC's favor. The MC accepts the ridiculously sweet deal under two strict, non-negotiable conditions. The agency will absolutely never investigate his mysterious past. He demands 100% freedom to personally choose his own acting projects without any executive interference. The CEO signs immediately. Just as the ink dries, the CEO tells our MC that a legendary, blockbuster movie director from a massive production company has already reached out, practically begging to cast our MC in a highly anticipated new project. It is guaranteed money. The next morning, while waiting for the new director, his manager enters the waiting room, mocking the MC and the manager. He thinks that the MC will beg them to be cast after reading the script, but the MC's face goes deadpan. He casually tells the manager to reject the legendary offer immediately. He grabs his jacket and walks out, leaving the poor manager completely flabbergasted, clutching his chest, and fully convinced he just signed a certified lunatic who hates money. Later, the MC explains to his manager that his intuition told him to drop the role. The hilarious truth behind the rejection: earlier that day, our MC opened his system to evaluate the movie. The system brutally analyzed the highly anticipated script, and stamped it with an absolute, undeniable F. Later that night, safely locked in his apartment, the MC decides to test exactly how bad the F-rank script truly is. He enters his mental subspace, and selects a foreign side character named James. A message flashes across his vision: character requires native English fluency, commencing forced download. The system goes into absolute, violent overdrive, forcibly implanting the entire English language directly into his brain. He thrashes in the virtual space, screaming in pure agony, as his brain feels like it is being put through a blender. He snaps awake in the real world. As he tries to mutter a curse word to himself, it comes out in completely flawless, native-level English. He stares up at his ceiling, breathing heavily, as the horrifying realization sets in: his skill is totally overpowered. If you want to know what will happen next, will our MC's intuition prove true, and how will he deal with the rejected director who is out to get him, make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next part.